Konnichiwa minasan, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about learning Japanese. So I wanted to introduce you to one of the best language learning apps out there specifically for Japanese, in my opinion anyway. It is called HelloTalk. And yes, this video is sponsored by HelloTalk, but my husband and I have actually been using HelloTalk long before they reached out to us, so it just happens to be one of those really awesome coincidences. So first, it's good to know that HelloTalk operates a lot like any other social media app where you have your profile, a blurb about yourself, and what language you primarily know and what language you'd like to learn, along with what level you think you're at. So either beginner, intermediate, or advanced, or fluent. I think fluent's also another option. After you put those language parameters in and go to the moments section, you're gonna see that it's already gonna start auto-populating with people that are kind of in the same boat as you. So either people that are trying to learn Japanese and already know English, or maybe vice versa, where they are trying to learn English but know Japanese. Basically people that are kind of essentially trying to learn either the inverse of what you're learning or exactly what you're trying to learn. I really love this moment section because I think the hardest thing in learning any language is actually being able to immerse yourself with native speakers of that language. And even if you do find a bunch of people who aren't native speakers, it's really awkward to start suddenly engaging in conversation. So the moment section kind of kills all of that initial awkwardness, and it serves as a really great icebreaker because all the posts, like I said earlier, are like social media posts, and it's really easy to just tap on any of them to interact with them, so you can just start a conversation and not be weird about it. So I love the moment section because you can either use it actively or passively. Actively would be to really engage with the posts and maybe follow whoever posted it in hopes that they follow you back. And passively, you could actually tap on any of the posts to translate it, transliterate it. So you could kind of passively test yourself to see if you really know it, if you understand the other people's corrections, stuff like that. This transliteration button is everything for someone like my husband who knows a lot of vocabulary but doesn't necessarily know all of the corresponding kanji. This is especially useful when you're traveling and you're kind of in a bind because you don't need to know any hiragana, you don't need to know any kanji, katakana, and I'm sure a lot of you know this already, but Japanese is syllabic, so it's consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. Read it exactly the way it's spelled and you won't make any mistakes. If you're not quite sure about how to pronounce it, you can even have HelloTalk speak it to you.
Merry Christmas, everyone. もし恋人いなかったら構わん。ロンドンで恋人は必要ではない。
So it is a little bit robotic, and that is problematic for languages or Asian languages like Japanese where the inflection is really important to the tone. However, this I think is so important when you're self-taught and you're not in a classroom where you can't really get feedback. There's another thing that HelloTalk does really well, and it's actually their photos incorporated in their moment section. So nouns and vocabulary from other languages are actually best learned through images rather than directly translating it. By that I mean it's actually better to show you an image of this and have it say ringo rather than my telling you that apple is ringo in Japanese. There's a higher probability that you'll continue to remember this, not just because the visual is helpful, but also there's a little bit of a shortcut in how you learned that this is ringo. The shortcut is that you already know the meaning of ringo rather than having to learn the translation of it on top of knowing what it actually is. And yes, having a dual stream of information coming from different senses, so your visual senses and your auditory senses, definitely does amplify your ability to memorize it. I think the absolute best way to utilize this app is by finding a language partner. So what you can do is follow each other and you can teach each other your languages, and I feel like that makes it a lot easier to correct each other's posts and to be a lot more active without seeming like you're too much. And I think that's it. Those are my absolute favorite features of HelloTalk, and like I mentioned before, I am on HelloTalk, so please feel free to follow me and we can correct each other's work. I've also left a link in the description below so you can easily download HelloTalk for yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you again to HelloTalk for sponsoring this video, and I will see you in my next video. そんじゃまたね!